Auckland property speculators are back. Will they cash in or cash out? A recent OneRoof article online caught my attention, and I can tell you one thing for sure, that property speculators were never gone to be back. And how do I know this? Because I have worked with many of them. What is a property speculator? Now, a property speculator gets a really good deal on the property where they're able to on-sell that property again by putting it back on the market without doing anything to the property. And that is their core business of making an income. Another thing this article goes into saying is that they are risking a lot just to make $5,000 to $10,000. Well, any smart business person, would it be a good investment to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars to only make $5,000 to $10,000? I can already tell you that is far from the truth, because I have worked with many of these speculators and actually sold some properties for them. Now, before you jump on the bandwagon and saying that we oversell these properties, we can only sell the properties for what the market has to offer at market value. Because at the end of the day, these new purchasers that are going to purchase this property, they can only pay the amount that the bank is going to lend them. If we oversell a property, they're not going to be able to get lending on the property. So we can only sell for what the properties are worth. And in many cases, I've seen $50,000, $70,000, and even over $100,000 worth of profit for my speculator clients. I even saw at one of these mass auction events, 25% of the properties that were going on auction that day were bought by one speculator. Now that's a huge amount if you think about it, almost 1/3 of the properties. Now don't get me wrong, auction is a great method of selling your property quickly. But in a lot of the cases, you may not be securing the top dollar for your property. And the key reason is because all the buyers that are coming to your property to bid on it for that day, you're expecting every single possible buyer for your property there on that day, bidding on the property, driving the price up. And that is very highly unlikely to happen. A good key example is when the speculators purchase these properties, or even developers, investors, you see them most of the time selling by price by negotiation. Now, one thing I've learned in my life is that success leaves a trail. And if you want the same result, you gotta follow that trail. So if the speculators, investors, developers don't sell their property by auction and they sell it by price by negotiation, what does that say? What is your opinion on this article? I'd love to know. Please comment in the comment section below. Now, I know a question that you might have on your mind. When do you use an auction?